Why, hello everybody. Welcome to Chicago Reacts. My name is Kelsey. I'm an actor and voice actor in Chicago. And today, I am going into left field a little bit. I'll be reacting to Balloon Boy, the Untold story by internet historian. Good old internet historian. You know him, you love him. I vaguely remember Balloon Boy. Yeah. He was a little boy who got put up in a balloon by his father, and then there was a whole legal thing. But that's about all I know. But you know what? Internet historian is here to teach us. So let's go learn. So educational. All right. Whoa. Unsolved mysteries. Ugh.
Good evening. I'm Mike Check, and tonight on Unsolved Internet Mysteries, Balloon Boy. Here's the story you probably know. On October 15th, 2009, Falcon Heaney, 6 years old, hopped into a balloon and was carried off into the air. For 2 hours and 60 miles, he traveled across the vistas of Colorado, eventually landing just shy of Denver International Airport.
Yo, I didn't realize he went that close to the airport. That's scary. Can you imagine?
But when they opened up the saucer, there was no boy.
What?
At first it was feared that Falcon had fallen along the way, and a manhunt started to find the boy's body.
Okay, I clearly had the wrong story, because this is wild.
But after a couple of hours, Falcon wandered into the living room of the family home and confessed that he had been hiding in a box in the attic of the garage. It was one of the biggest news stories and memes of the year.
Look at all of the memes.
During the event, Balloon Boy was also the most searched term on Google.
Wild.
But it was an expensive game of hide and seek. Up to 50 rescue workers were involved, including 2 military helicopters, police, the Colorado National Guard, the Federal Aviation Administration, ambulances, firefighters, and the balloon drifted so close to the airport that a bunch of flights had to be rerouted.
Yeah, right? Like,
the
that's what I
total
was
cost
thinking.
of the incident was estimated at $2 million.
Oof.
Press flocked to the Heaney home, and the family gave an interview on CNN. And then this happened.
He's asking Falcon, did you hear us calling your name at any time? You did?
You did?
Why didn't you come out?
You guys said that we did this for a show.
No way. Good for this kid, though.
Police and the press were quick to change angle from accident to publicity stunt. The mother and father were charged, and they pleaded guilty. So that's the story. Or is it? To this day, Richard Heaney, the father, adamantly claims it was never a hoax, just an experiment gone wrong. And after doing my own research, I'm starting to believe him. This is the story you probably don't know. Let's take a closer look at Richard Heaney. He's an interesting guy. He likes to do science and chase storms.
Getting into the path of the oncoming tornado.
He is also an inventor.
Hi, I'm inventor Richard Heaney, and boy do I love my truck! That's why I would never permanently mount toolboxes or a lumber rack on the back. No! I'm going to use my pick.
A llama rack? That's probably a thing, because I'm not educated in trucks, but
Pick up hot chicks! Yes! 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 Yeah! Yeah! HeaneyDuty.com!
He's obviously nuts and a bit of a human meme.
I just invented perpetual motion.
And what about the rest of the family? Youngest, Falcon, eldest, Bradford, his wife, Mayumi, originally from Japan, and middle child, Ryu. The family appeared on the hit reality TV show Wife Swap.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Twice.
This is wild.
And it was their behavior on the show that made the police and the press suspicious. Before we break down the case against Richard Heaney, I'm going to show you raw footage from the liftoff. Now, first thing, Did you see it? Helium canisters. 3. They're big and they're expensive, and it's much more helium than they would need for a one-time hoax. But the right amount for ongoing experiments.
Okay.
This is a purpose-built structure for Richard's experiments. Seems elaborate for a hoax.
Yeah, very true.
A high-voltage sticker, because Richard really was testing electronics on board.
Oh.
Hey, hold on, Brad. Cut. Record.
Yeah.
This is a release cord, not a tether, by the way.
Okay.
One.
Whoa!
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh.
Are you in? Heather!
One of the loose tethers.
Get out! Put the tether down!
Now Richard gets mad, and it really doesn't feel like acting. Either he genuinely is losing his temper over the loss of his balloon, or he's deliberately making himself out to look like an asshole.
Spider-Man! Get tethered out, Jesus! Right. What is this? God damn it! Why you...
The kid sure is doing a good job of acting too, and remember that they would only have one take because there's only one balloon.
That's true.
I told you to tie down tether.
He is being not very kind. But also, if they truly think that their son... Oh, wait, he didn't know yet. Because Bradford just said that Falcon's in the ship. So I love that he's calling it a ship.
Never listen to what I say. No, the whole thing, gone. Son of a...
You're a good boy and I love you.
A 4th canister.
He was just here.
No, he's in there. What? He's in there. So throw it.
No,
Oh,
he's not.
Yeah.
He was just right here. Falcon!
No.
Falcon!
No, man.
But here's another weird thing. This photo from the police shows that Richard's electrical equipment for readings and experiments is still on board.
okay.
Why? Why let your stuff get smashed out in a field somewhere? Now that you've seen the liftoff, let's look at the case against the
bars
Heenies.
over
That the balloon couldn't have lifted Falcon. He called the news before 911, the live slip-up on television, a confession, and a guilty plea. Pretty airtight, right? Nope. Let's start from the top. Could this balloon lift a boy? The balloon is
good
17
thought.
feet wide by 6 feet tall.
We're doing
With this,
math.
we can figure out the surface area and the volume. We also know the construction materials. Plastic, alfoil, cardboard, thin plywood, duct tape, wire, strings, tether. The balloon's total volume is over 900 cubic feet. That gives us a lift potential of 65 pounds, minus the weight of the craft, and Falcon only weighed 37 pounds, the
How
police
much
weighed
did
him. That gives you enough lift potential to raise the boy with another 11 to 12 pounds
Which I assume the 11 to 12 pounds would be like the other stuff on board, right?
to spare. Next point. You're about to hear the 911 call. The media and police both said that Richard called the news first, then 911. That was a lie. The phone records show that he called the FAA first, because he knew they could track the balloon better. Then they told him to call 911 and he immediately did so. When he did, the 911 operator put him on hold. When taken off hold, Mayumi picks up the phone.
Okay. And so it was an experimental plane?
It's a flying saucer.
And is that's gone too, right?
Puppets.
How long is the flying saucer gone as well?
We gotta get my son.
Okay. Hang on just 1 second. Don't hang up, okay? Just a minute.
They get put on hold for a second time.
Ma'am, does it have any kind of a tracking device or anything on it?
No.
Okay, where was the saucer? Was it in the backyard?
Yeah, here, take that. Hello?
Yes, is this Richard?
Yes, it is.
Was the flying saucer in the backyard?
Yes.
Okay, it obviously has electronics so he can know how to work it. He gets it up off the air, off the ground.
No, he doesn't know how it operates.
So we are sure that he's in that.
Yeah,
This is wild.
we looked everywhere, and then my son just said to me, because we had it tethered, it wasn't supposed to take off.
So there's no electronics on it. There's no tracking device, right?
No.
Okay, hang on just a second.
By this point, they've now spent 20 minutes with the police and they've been put on hold for a third time. So it was no wonder that they called the news and asked for a helicopter. Next point. What did Falcon have to say about the answer he gave on CNN?
Well, what happened was, this Chinese reporter walked up to me. He asked me if I could show him how he got in the attic for his TV show. So I said, okay. And then after that, another person asked me, so what happened about this balloon thing? I was like this. I did it for the show. I said that because I thought he was talking about the Chinese guy.
Oh, okay.
It's not a great excuse, but it's within
What?
the realm of possibility. On the day of the Heaney's arrest, the police issued a warrant to take phones,
I love that.
computers, documents, cameras, everything they could. And what did they find? Nothing. Nada. They interviewed Falcon, Brad, Rio, each several times without parental supervision. Again, what did they get? Nothing.
Huh.
So the police had nothing. That's not great for the prosecution. So the police would need a confession. They tried Richard, but he wasn't admitting to anything. So they pressed Mayumi, and she spilled the beans. But hold on, because her confession sucks. English is not her first language. Police arranged the meeting under false pretenses, so she didn't have a lawyer with her.
Oh.
And also, it doesn't make any sense. She said in the confession that they built the craft only 2 weeks prior. Interesting.
Oh.
Here's Sherry from Wife Swap.
There was one point where I had to hold the spaceship and clean it and carry it, and Falcon ran into the spaceship and hid in there.
Built 2 weeks prior? Well, Sherry just said that she was cleaning it during filming, which was 8 months ago.
Are you suspicious of him, and if so, why?
Knowing him, I couldn't imagine that he would tell the whole country that his son was up in a balloon.
She also speaks about Falcon.
What's Falcon like?
Literally is the type of child that you would actually see that would go into the spaceship. So it wasn't surprising that maybe Richard might have thought he was in there.
So that leaves a big question. Why did the police pick on Richard Heaney?
I'm being persecuted, I think, for the benefit of Alderton. His term runs out in 2011. He's probably going to run for governor, who knows, but not off my back.
How dare Richard Heaney accuse an honest man like Sheriff Alderton of...
Oh.
Richard said that he was taking it to court. He would not plead guilty. He would not confess. So over the next month, the police applied pressure, bringing up topics such as Mayumi's citizenship status and federal charges. It was lose-lose for Richard. Potential felonies, the cost of court and lawyers, his wife could be deported. The story was #1 on Google and the press had already decided it was a hoax.
Oh my
so
gosh.
any jury would be stacked against him.
What?
It was a hoax.
Yeah, we know.
Guilty or innocent, this plea was the only sensible choice he had. The Heaneys were handed a $36,000 fine and a short term in jail, and Richard would have to formally apologize in court before a judge and the police.
I'm very, very sorry. And I want to apologize to all the rescue workers out there and the people that got involved in the community.
Lastly, despite poring over dozens of interviews over the span of 8 years, I have not been able to find one instance where Richard has been caught in a lie. There's evidence of the police lying, evidence of the media lying. Richard's story has not changed.
Huh.
So where does that leave us really? One piece of evidence. This interview. The testimony of a sleep-deprived 6-year-old who's not even really listening to the question.
Yeah.
That's it. Those 10 words are the main substance of the case against Richard Heaney. When I first started researching this story, I thought it would be a fun chance to take a few cheap shots at some liar from Colorado. But now I'm not so sure. I'm not saying for certain that this isn't a hoax, But I think there is more here than what was decided in the press and by memes in October of 2009.
Interesting.
Hi, I'm inventor Richard Heaney. If you itch like a son of a twitch, then you need my latest invention, the patent-pending Bear Scratch. Check it out.
Bear Scratch.
Oh, man, this thing feels good. This thing's strong. Oh. Ah, God.
Oh. I just want to know how many units that Bear Scratch sold. It doesn't look very much like it would scratch ya, actually. It looks very smooth. So good for him though, for like doing his thing. And you know, I hope he has seen this video. Oh dear internet historian. Maybe he feels vindicated by this video. Yeah, that would be cool. If, he is telling the truth. Which it seems like I don't know. Maybe now my bias has been colored. But I don't know much about this story, and no one was hurt, just federal money was spent, which is annoying, but I don't know. Doesn't seem to have really, really hurt anyone except this man's reputation in the end, so who's to say, man? Who's to say? And if he's still selling bear scratchers out there, I hope he's doing well with that. Alright. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me for this video today. If you liked it, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this, and I'll see you next time.